little one. That guy looks formed nicely. Look at that.
And you'll see the larger crater there. It is large, and the hike today takes us down into the center of the crater. Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna walk down there and come back. Volcanic ash, all that, as it accumulated on the top there. It does look stunning. You can park right up to it. This was a major explosion. You can tell here, by the way, it looks more like ash or pumice than the normal sandstone or granite in the area. So this was a major explosion. There it is, the parking up on the left. I don't know how to pronounce this crater, but Hebe, something like that. It does look stunning. You can park right up to it. Long drive to get here. 35 miles-ish from the main area there. Maybe 40-ish. Fascinating. I'm gonna hike all the way around it. Then I'm gonna go actually see how I feel at the end, and then I'm gonna walk down there and come back. Yeah, you can tell the lava, pumice all over here. Gonna find out the information on this. Look at that. That is pretty cool. I'll see how I feel.
Hello, future self. Here we go. We are zooming down into our big blue marble again. Something I just noticed is that when I'm recording this, at the time of this recording, this is the actual weather pattern that is cruising across the west here. Huh. Interesting. I didn't notice it until, well, today. And we're going to go up here to these two dots, these colored dots here, to Death Valley National Park, east of the Sierra Nevada range here, in the center of the screen here on the left, and north of Los Angeles, Southern California area. It is winter time. We are going up to the northern part of Death Valley National Park to Ubehebe Crater. Yes, a giant crater, an explosion, volcanic slash steam slash water explosion. And as we zoom down slowly into the Ubehebe Crater area, you can see the discoloration, the darker lava blast from the blast as it exploded up, sprayed out to the left, it looks like, to the left, to the north. Okay, and if you're familiar with the ranger station is over here, Grapevine, it's closed, it's unmanned, but there is information there, and believe it or not, there's Starlink satellite access. Let's see. Okay, so Ubehebe Crater. Look at this thing. Amazing, huh? The purple today is the hike route. Over here is to the left is the parking area. You can drive all the way out there. It's about 40 miles from Furnace Creek area, maybe even a little bit farther. This is a series of, I think it was 12 to 16, during the brief we'll show you, explosions. This one here is the Little Hebe Crater here. You can see this guy formed. Again, this is magma hitting water tables and exploding, steam explosion. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna zoom out. And then you'll see the larger crater there. It is large, and the hike today takes us down into the center of the crater. Okay, let's zoom around here so we can get some different views, different angles of the crater. As I mentioned, it is fairly far from the Furnace Creek stovepipe area. As you can see, it sits nicely. It's a crater. I love the formations of the other explosions here. You can see the dimples, so to speak, of the other explosion areas. Okay, we'll zoom real quick down into the crater area. The trail is in purple. I went up and around and kind of around the perimeter here. A little sketchy right here towards the end, a little slippery. And then that is our hike for today, Ubehebe Crater. All right, enjoy the hike. Well, let me zoom out first. I kind of like this view here as we zoom out away from the crater into our blue marble. It's looking southeast right there.
You see the erosion here? Look at that. It's got cool colors, different minerals. Similar to the ones in Hawaii. The big, I forgot the name of the explosion when magma meets water. Cool. Use caution near the edge. Look at that dude. He'd be falling down the wrong way though. He'd be tumbling forward. That's the big one. I guess this is another smaller one here. Looks like you can walk around it, but I'm just gonna get my views here, move around down there where those people are and across the top there. Little Hebe, I guess. There's a sign that said this way, so it looks like this is it. Looks like several explosions though. You got the rim of that one over there on the left, and then this guy here. And you work your way around. The big one is right in front of us down, right where those ladies are walking. They can look down into it. So interesting to find this up here. Guess I didn't have to go back to Hawaii. All right, looking southwest. The little one, that guy looks formed nicely. Look at that. Then you come around, there's another one straight ahead there. Small one. And then you come down to the big Hebe. I do have a goal to walk down in the bottom there and take some footage, but we'll see how I feel. A couple trails that come down there. Wow, excellent vantage point here. Quite a few people on the trail here. 4 miles total for the day though, not for this hike. There it is. Look at that. So this is actually a a really cool spot here. You can see a lot happening from the geology of it. You can see the orange and the light original, I guess, level of the bedrock stone. And then the explosions at the top, straight ahead from the Little Hebe and maybe that other little cinder back there. And then right over here, you can see the different layers, the bedrock, and then the pumice, volcanic ash, all that as it accumulated on the top there. That is so cool. Look at that.
World, hello, future self. We are in Death Valley National Park, Ubehebe Crater Trail. Ubehebe Crater Trail is a large half-mile volcanic, half-mile wide, called a maar volcano, located in the remote northern part of Death Valley National Park. Just to reiterate that the information that I read from, or that we are reviewing, comes from the National Park Service. Looks like TripAdvisor has a couple of sentences in there, and All Trails. Okay, it's about I'm gonna preface this. It's about 1 hour drive from the main Furnace Creek area. It is a long drive from that area. It's well worth it. I mean, if you like that type of crater, massive craters, and standing in awe, I think it is something worth the drive. Okay, you can just go drive straight to the parking lot and view straight across. There is a small 1.5, 2 mile. You can go down into the crater as well. It looks like it's about 600-700 feet deep, and there's a couple trails. They're steep though. Be aware that they are very steep coming back up. Ubehebe. Okay. Again, don't do this in the summer. I wouldn't. I may do it just to experience it, but before 10 a.m. and bring plenty of water. When did the crater form? It looks like it's 2,100 years old is when the explosion happened. But there are estimates between 2,000 and 7,000 years old. Looks like they still don't have an exact timeline, but more recent studies stay utilizing paleomagnetic data and beryllium-10 dating has narrowed the window down to about 2,100 years ago. It looks like 150 BCE. I need to figure out what BCE means. All right, it's a maar volcano where basaltic magma encountered groundwater, created a steam explosion, and that blasted pulverized rock into the air. Yeah, everything looks pulverized out there. It's interesting. Different type of gravel. All right, let's see. There's a new some finding here. The study briefly suggests that it could be as young as 800 years old. Yeah. But they're sticking to the 2,100 years old. Native Americans, the Tem-pin-tta Shoshone tribe. They only have, because I asked it, what's their name? Did the Native Americans see it? Because they've been around for, 8,000 years, something like that. But back then, of course, there were only verbal stories that came down. Nothing was really written. But the crater is called Tem-pin-tta-Wo'sah, Coyote's Basket. Okay. All right, the absence of eruption records, while Native Americans' oral traditions, that's what I meant to say. Did I say oral? Oral traditions is in other regions like the Klamath tribe, which is up in Crater Lake, sometimes mirror geological events. There is no known oral tradition from the Tem-pin-tta people where that describe the actual Ubehebe eruption. Okay. Oh yeah. How many craters were there? It looks like 13 to 16 craters in the immediate 3 square kilometer area. I've identified dozens of distinct rock layers in the crater, representing a separate eruptive pulse or explosion. So there were several explosions. The eruptions occurred in clusters, starting with the western group, moving to the southern group. So it's the bigger ones moving down into the smaller ones, and culminating with the largest and youngest, the main Ubehebe Crater. The other way around then. All right, enjoy the rest of the hike. Ubehebe Crater.
Yeah, the ash, the lava ash. You see the little dimples there. This angle you can see a shimmer down from the lake. Soon to be taking pictures from down there. I see the trail I'm going to go on. It looks like it's going to be a tough hike back, but it's okay. I'm going to start heading down to the little lake full of iron. Fill up my water bottle. Just kidding. Looks pretty easy on the way down, of course, but coming back up, but it's only maybe a quarter mile or less. Not too bad. Oh, I see they switch sides coming down here. The other one was steeper, so I guess those two down there decided to come up this way. Look at that, almost there. A little bit more. I won't film you, but what made you guys decide to go down there?
We just listened to a podcast.
Yeah?
Where they said it's possible, and I don't know, road less traveled.
Made it a goal, right? To get down there. Yeah, I saw this. I just came from Hawaii area, and I did a lot of volcanoes, right?
Yeah.
And then I go, there's a volcano in Death Valley. Well, not a volcano, but it's I forgot the name. There's a technical geology term for this. When the
belching,
when the magma gets to the water table lane. Anyway, because I've been to a few over there, and I go, Death Valley, there's one here, so I got to accomplish it and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So, well, congratulations. You guys have about 2 miles up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
at least I got a chuckle out of you. A little ways up
I
there.
got one fall. So
Oh, bummer. Okay. Kind of getting closer. It is a pretty steep hike up. That'll be fun. We'll figure that one out later. I've been hearing a lot of fighter jets up here. Almost there. Yep. It is pretty still getting, I don't know, about 50 feet left. But I see the reflection on this pool here of the sediment there. Look at that. Too cool. Okay, everyone. Hello, world. Hello, future self. Met a couple young hikers. I asked them why they came down here to the bottom of this pit. He said, the road less traveled. That is going to be on my title. Look at this. The road, I keep saying world, the road less traveled. Look at that. Impressive for those kids. That's a big sandstone boulders here. Gonna do a walk around the perimeter here and then back up. Love the rock, at least alluvial rock here because it has a sandstone mixed with volcanic. It's got the different mixture here. Amazing, huh? Look at this. I'm going to look at the strata, the layers there, the ash layers over the sediment layer. Try to get the kids, those two kids that are up there. They made it to the top. I remember his red shirt. So I just had a ding, 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 ding moment. It is iron a little bit, but I think it's clay. Ding, ding, ding. So this is I was thinking sandstone, clay. I was thinking more sandstone, but finally dawned on me that it's clay-based, I would say. And here we are at the bottom of the crater here. Getting ready to head my way back up. Oops. Okay, last look before I head up. So far, it's been interesting. I love this lava. And now there's two trails, one to the left there where those people are, and one to the right. When I get up there, I have to make a determination of which direction I'd like to go up. Oh, the fork in the road. So, left is steeper, of course, probably just a hair shorter. Right is a little more gradual, still, but a little bit longer. So I'm back up to the top parking area. I ended up taking the right fork from the fork in the road. A little more gradual. This other one's just a little too steep. I want my heart rate to go up, but not that high. That was interesting. That was a great hike. Time to go down and get some food and rest. Another day.
Proceed 5 miles on East Park Valley Road.
Siri in